In the hit 2014 comedy Neighbors, Seth Rogan battled it out against the frat house next door led by Zac Efron. Well, in the new sequel, it is a sorority that's attempting to move in, leading Seth and Zac's characters to join forces to disband them, and they are willing to do whatever it takes.
Just you dancing is enough to distract the entire sorority? I don't know about that.
Yeah. That'll work.
It'll work.
That'll work.
Usually works.
I don't even know where we are right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. No! I don't have the baby oil.
It's a big deal.
No, it's the most important thing. With baby oil, you get like 2 extra lines here.
Really?
Yes. Hold on. All right, let's go. Oh, that's hot. Oh, that's really hot. Ow, it burns. Woo. All right, rub it in. Rub it in.
You're in a rush, Mac.
Come on, Matt, get a size.
Okay.
Zach and Seth, good morning.
Morning.
Did you smell like standing rib roast the whole day after that?
He actually did.
Yeah. They used like a real.
It was pork injected with like baby oil.
Yeah,
which is gross.
They made it delicious first.
Yeah,
Like, spices
exactly. Yeah, they really
and peppers
made it.
and stuff. So
They spent a lot of time on that roast before injecting it with lubricants.
It was very, very good. Did you write that scene just so that Zach would have to withstand that?
No, not at all. I did not come up with that idea. Whoever came up with lubing someone up with a pork shoulder, that person has problems. Yeah.
And it precedes what I think is one of the most epic scenes in the movie, which is your big dance scene.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and
amazing.
were you like? Did you have any preparation for that? Did you choreograph it? I mean,
it was. Well, it was in the script for a while, and then as the scene approached, I went to the director, I went to Nick, and I was like, "Hey, so what's the plan for this dance scene?" And he's like, "Oh, you're just gonna go up there and dance." And I was like, "To what song?" And he's like, "Whatever you want." I realized there was no plan.
There was no plan.
So I think you have a Chippendales background or something.
I'm not a great dancer. I just know how to like maybe.
The same thing happened on the first one with our dance contest. And like I remember we started shooting it. I was like, "So what do I do?" And he was like, "Have a dance contest." And I was like, "I didn't put any thought into this." Yeah.
So I actually had a choreographer buddy of mine come out, and we just spent an hour. And he actually, I think he worked on Magic Mike, so we did a terrible. Poor man's impression of Magic Mike moves.
You sold it. You pulled it off for sure.
Barely.
So obviously, the first Neighbors was a huge success. Comedy sequels. There can be good comedy sequels.
Yeah.
There can be bad comedy sequels. Were you intimidated, Seth? Like, how did? I mean, I know you wanted to make it great. And by the way, success. I watched it last night. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it was. Yes, the answer is yes. We put a lot of thought into it. We wanted to make sure that we really personally related to the first movie a lot. Like we put, as silly as it is in a lot of ways, we put a lot of like what we were experiencing as the producers and the writers and the actors into the movie, and so we didn't want to make a movie that we didn't relate to, and so we had to come up with entirely new emotional stories for the characters that really spoke to things that we had experienced or were experiencing that weren't in the first one. So things like quarter-life crises and kind of reinventing yourself as you kind of finish your teenage years and then starting to fear that you will never be able to communicate with young people again is something I'm currently experiencing right this second. And so all those ideas were exciting to us.
And I love that there's a message of female empowerment. I mean, Sorority Rising sounds a little bit like a horror movie.
Exactly. Or a porno movie. But yeah, it was fun to kind of re-examine some of the ideas from the first movie from the female perspective. We show a lot of frat parties and stuff like that, and there's a lot of girls at the parties that are kind of being objectified in a lot of ways. He liked that part of it. And so it was fun to kind of re-look at some of the same ideas just from a female perspective.
It was also really funny to watch them as the writers try and figure out the girl stuff.
Yes, we would bring in many women to help us because, we would always inevitably hit a roadblock and then just be like, can a woman come in and tell us what to do?
They would present jokes to the girls and they'd be like, what?
Yeah,
it's just,
like,
that's not.
We wouldn't do that,
we would never do that.
Okay.
And
do what you would do.
I felt out of the loop too. At one point, I think I refer to Seth and Rose as like the old people.
Yeah.
And I wanted to run back to Seth and Rose.
You're an old person.
I think I'm becoming an old person.
And in the end, that's what happens.
You are an old person.
Yeah, exactly.
Teenagers are scary.
They really are. It's a really fun movie, Zach and Seth. Thank you so much. Neighbors 2, Sorority Rising.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
From our sister company, Universal, opens up.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.